Well, first of all, I want to make people understand I am first a teacher. So when I entered the soccer world, I actually started as many coaches at the lowest level, grassroots, but the passion was there, and also the fact I worked in the educational system convinced me I had to look to soccer in a different way. So I started training teams, and the fact I tried to find out, are there a number of things that can help me to have a bigger influence on players, made me do a lot of research, and made me read many books in a way that after some time I began to understand even that I was a teacher, we have to know more about the brain. And so step by step I could show that the players and the teams I was coaching or I was giving training sessions, they had striking performances. So I myself, I was a skilled soccer player, but if I go back in time, at that moment a professional career was actually not giving a lot of guarantee. So I wanted to prove that I could have a contribution to the development of soccer players. So step by step I got from the grassroots into professional soccer, and it was a bit of disappointment finding out that even in the professional academies the learning processes were not at a high level. So one day I was invited by the federation because they understood that I was having good results, and I was looking to soccer in a different way, and I was invited to set up an academy, elite academy for the Belgian Federation at the University of Leuven. And then I could actually concentrate a little bit more on my own ideas. I had the programs of the Belgian Federation that are really very good, but the fact you're in a scientific environment made it possible. I could organize a number of tests to find out is it not possible through the brain to bring players to a higher level. Now, there was something very special in what I was doing when the first players arrived in my academy at the university. It was actually so that many people thought they were players having problems to prove to go to the top. So almost all the players that arrived in the academy were considered to be not talented enough. And I didn't agree with that, and I started working with them. And over a period of 6-7 years, so I started with about 130 boys, I could prove that 27 of them became professional players. And a number of them even got to the world top. Dries Mertens, Napoli, we have Omar El Kaddouri who plays in Italy, we have Steve Dufour who is now playing in Burnley, we have Sven Kums who is playing in Udinese. So in a period of 6-7 years time, it was actually weird to find out that in my academy 2 players have won the Golden Boot in Belgium, and many of them finally could play professional soccer. The same thing happened with the girls. The girls that arrived in the academy, many of them got to the national team, and today, and we have the European Championship in Holland this year, 4 of them are still in the national team, and the captain of the female squad in Belgium is one of the players I had in my academy as well. So it was growing, and step by step the interest grew all over the world. As a matter of fact, I could work almost a year in the Spire Academy in Qatar, and then something nice happened. AC Milan invited me to help them reorganizing their academy, because they also wanted to bring more players into their first team. So together with Filippo Galli, together with Aldo Dolcetti, who is today the assistant coach of Mr. Allegri in Juventus. We set it up, and step by step we could, the Milan coaches, convinced they had to organize their training sessions in a different way. What did happen? 1 year we saw the improvement. Second year, 37 of the youth players of Milan were in the national teams of Italy. The third season, we saw that a number of the young players got to the first team. We all know Donnarumma, Locatelli today are in the first team of AC Milan. And this was a long time ago that Milan could bring his own players into the first team. Today I got to know that more young players will make the same step. Next to that, there was also the club in France, Metz. The president of Metz was interested to do the same, and he said, okay, I want you to do two things: reorganize my academy, but also take care of the academy we have in Senegal. And this was also an exciting experience. Again, together with a number of people, we integrated Cogi Training Sensible in the Metz Academy, Foot Generation in Dakar, Senegal. And what did happen? 3 years ago, the senior team, and that are players 17, 21, 22, were in third division. After 1 year, we won the competition, promoted. Second season, we not only promoted from second division to first division, but we have won the Senegal Cup with the team. This year, we are in the Super League, the professional first league of Senegal, and we are having the lead. So there must be an explanation that when we use Cogi training combined with the things we already know for several years, it changes in a very short time the performance level of the players. And there is growing evidence all over the world that it has got a tremendous influence on the development of players. Now, what is the meaning? The meaning of all this is explain the ideas, try to convince the people in a country, and today we are in Canada, to pick it up, and then they have to develop their own version regarding all that. So what I want to make people understand, it's I don't have the intention to come to Canada and to tell them what to do. No, I simply want to explain them in what way you can bring in brain-centered training, and then Canadian coaches have to develop a strategy that is adapted to the country. It has something that needs to prove that the country will develop its own vision and will make it possible that they do it in a way that it matches with how the country is organized in soccer. That is actually the story of Cogi Training Sensible. Well, look, I'm invited all over the world. So Gary Miller met me in the States, and he found out that what I'm telling is actually something a lot of people are interested in. Now, when I arrived in Canada, one of the keynote speakers was the technical director, Jason de Vos. I was present, and he explained to all the coaches present that it is important that Canada is going to reorganize. He said, we have to be realistic. The way we are doing it today is not the correct way. So when he explained all that, and the fact I was invited to have a field session during the soccer summit, I decided to go to him and to tell him, look, Jason, I know you are in front of a big challenge. If I can help you, I will do so. First, if you want to see what we are doing in Belgium, just tell me, I'll arrange a visit. If you want to discuss about innovation, new ideas, I will be available, because I think he needs to be endorsed. He needs to be helped to make it possible that Canada, with so many good facilities and so many soccer players, finally can go back to the top of the soccer world, because everything is there. And it has got nothing to do with the fact that they don't have the talented children. No, it is enormously important that there will be one vision, and that the whole of Canada realizes that if they are open to change and if they are open to work together, they can do what we did in Belgium. And I wanted to make Jason understand, look, if you want my help, you decide, I will be available. That is actually what happened. And why do I do this? Because I already had so many activities in Canada, in Quebec, in Toronto, in Winnipeg, actually different places. And each time I find out that the talent is there, that the children having a potential, they are available in Canada. And I think that's should be one of our concerns. Help young people, because we need to guarantee that they can have a good life, and that sports will have a big contribution to their life. That is actually the meaning of all. Well, look, I think many of them need to understand the most important thing is the mental part. All children have a potential, and your body and your brain can make it possible. You can learn a lot, but the most difficult thing in what they have to do is to have the mental endurance, to have the persistence, the grit. They have to work day after day. It is most of all a mental problem. If they are going to check how big stars succeeded in arriving at the top, it only goes about one thing. The soft and hardware is there, but it is the mental part, the character, the personality, the mindset, that is actually the thing that matters the most. If you can make them understand, you have a commitment and you want to go for it, and the biggest part of what you can be is actually hidden in yourself, because it is the deliberate practice. It is the moment they go to self-regulation, the moment they know they have to train individual. That is the way you can go to the top. Once you understand all that, many of the young people can realize their dream. But it is a lifestyle, and it is a very big commitment. But I'm sure, knowing the sports culture in Canada, many girls and boys are able to do that.